So we've just got them to the boat. We're just starting to get into the work. We'll just come to this back bit here. The previous owners tried to put a bit of fiberglass on it, but there's a little hole there. It's a bit rotten. So we've got to, if you can hear this, listen to this. Hollow and rotten. All around. Rest of the deck. Completely solid. So that's not a problem. So what we've got to do is we've just got to cut out a little square here and re-glass it and put another bit of plywood in. So we just whacked the lower unit off the engine and put the prop off. So we've just got to come over here. You just got to service the impeller. The impeller, we've already taken it out, and we've got to replace that and then sand and paint the lower unit. But other than that, the engine's actually really good nick. It's not much rust at all. So yeah, if you just give us a GoPro, hold on. So it's actually in really good nick in here, and so yeah, that's just what it looks like. So that's the drive shaft, that's the gear changer, and then that's where the impeller should be. We've got that in there, and then that's the prop, which is actually in really good nick. What we'll do is we'll sand and paint this black, and then we'll sand and paint this white, and then we'll paint up the lower unit and the hood to get it looking real nice. But other than that, today all we've really achieved, we've only had a couple hours after school, is we've got the holes in there we've got to drill out and fix, and then we've got a bunch of sandpaper, and then we're going to start taking those seats out so we can start working on that, and then we've got to start rewiring, put a battery in it, and yeah, that's all we've really done. Then we started to sand back this wet sand. That's, if you come at the front here, we've got like the spray job off, dodgy spray job, that's all off, and then we're just going to start working on the sanding. That's just the next stage. It's just sanding, preparing for paint, and then painting is the big step, and then we've got to get this engine properly serviced. So yeah, that's really it. So stay tuned, and speak to you soon. So we're working on the boat for the third day. Here's Gregory, here's Chester. We're just working on the gearbox. We took the gearbox off. We're just working on getting it started now. So we're going to hook the battery. We just picked up this bad boy, brand new Delcore battery, and we're going to whack it on the end and see if she runs. I'll show you the problem we're facing in the moment with the engine. We haven't been able to fire it up because the terminals are a bit sus. So I'll show you what happens. So put them on, and then when I go to turn over the key, see, just it doesn't have the power to turn it over. So there must be something wrong with the terminals that's causing that to happen, because that wouldn't normally happen on a battery that powerful on an engine this small. So yeah, we've got to sort that out.
The string is wrong.
Alright, get the recips off. Windows off. We're going to prepare to paint it now. So, just undoing all these screws. I'm going to get this window off. What else has happened is we've made the hole in the floor. We did that yesterday. And then we've just got to get this out of the way. Hold on. Get in. So we made the hole there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a bilge pump in there, clean that out, put a bilge pump in there. And then we're going to make a little fiberglass hatch. We just bought the latches for that. And then we're going to make that into a little hatch. So at the moment what we're going to do is we're just going to take off all the accessories, leave that on, leave the steering wheel on, take those little gauges out and all that. Try and take these seats out, because we're going to put an esky there to use as a seat. And then about 12 o'clock we're going to take the boat down to the boat shop and get these terminals rewired, because they were smoking yesterday. So then hopefully by the end of the day we'll have motor running, the boat sanded and primed, and ready for top coat. So that's the plan now. Alright, so just getting the window off. So just going under with a spanner, and we're just gonna get to the bolts and hold on there and start unscrewing it. Go on. Where's the bolt off? Hold on. Bolt down there. Got it? Alright, easy. There we go. Bolt's out. So now this window should come undone.
Actually, I haven't got it, but...
So what, is there just a Phillips head in the middle there? Yeah. So we just got to undo that, but these other ones are all undone. Make sure you don't lose the bolts.
I'm trying to get this one out. Do you reckon you could try and get this one out?
Alright, so we just got the window off, so just lift that off. Put that down there. Oh. No, I'm not going to. Put it down there. There we go. Now, window is off. Now it's like a sports boat. So, next thing, get these anchor attachments. All these bits off. We'll probably leave the two front ones on, but get all these little, that's like an old radio thing, and maybe get this handrail and the speedo and that off. And then to paint. I'm making progress. We're just getting all the attachments off. Just got this plate off here, off there. And then we also, if you come around here, we got the grab rail off, which was attached in there. That took a lot of hard work and to get that off, but degreaser got it off, and then we got this little old rusted plate off as well. And so now we're left with basically the bare dash. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the speedo off, and then we're going to pretty much just try to get the seats out and get ready for painting. Start sanding as Julian's doing over there. We're just going to sand the whole thing, get ready for paint, take a few more of these attachments off, and then get ready for paint. So yeah, that's the next step. Alright, so we've just been back to the shop and we just picked up some gear, so we're going to start to prime it and paint it and get the boat ready, looking really nice. So we just picked up some International pre-coat, so that's the undercoat, and then we put top coat on top of that. That's just in white. Then we got paintbrush, rollers, little thing to put it in, and we got some wax and grease remover to get all the sand dust off, and some tape to mask off all the accessories that we couldn't quite get undone. And yeah, we're going to start on that now. Alright, so we just got the lower unit off and we've just got all the parts for the impeller here. So there's the impeller. So it's in good condition. So we're just going to whack it on now, and yeah, that's another job done. So we've just finished sanding for the day, and then we're going to paint it tomorrow. But our job now is just to put this on there, so we'll get to it. So we're just going to install the base plate onto the drive shaft. So just work it down onto the bolts where it needs to sit. Put it down there, and then that's secure, and we just clean that with some degreaser, so it's giving it a nice shiny finish so the impeller can spin smoothly. And yeah, next step's chuck this on and then put the casing over it and then bolt it down. Alright, so we've just chucked the impeller casing on, the impeller's in there and all good, so we're just going to bolt it down now on all four corners and whack the lower unit back on and we'll be good to go. Alright, so we've just whacked the bolts on, so we're just going to tighten them up just so they're nice and
juicy.
Nice and yes, nice and juicy, Chester. So there's a good seal between the bottom plate and the impeller, so about hand tight. There's probably a specific you're supposed to go to, but I don't see a problem. I'll just try that, and if it doesn't work, then we'll take it apart. There we go.
It's not hand tight, is it?
Yes, it is. Now it is. So just get it nice and snug. So there's a nice seal. I think there must be supposed to be a seal there, but oh well, I'll get it replaced soon. Just want to get it on so I know it's good now. And just the same on the other side, and I won't bore you with that, but I'll show you once it's done. Alright, so the lower unit's all complete, all done. Chester's all done too. So we're just going to whack the bolts underneath the lower unit and chuck it on. So we've only got 2 bolts on there at the moment. So we've just got to put 2 bolts there, 2 bolts there and a bolt there, and then take these off and whack the lower unit on. And then that mounts right on. So yeah, we got the We got the lower unit off. We're just gonna chuck this hydrofoil on the skeg. The holes have already been drilled. We just gotta chuck some bolts on and get that on. That should help with planning times and all that. So get to it. Alright, so just put so just chuck the prop on and put the skeg on the top. Put the impeller in, so that lower unit's ready to go. We're just gonna paint it, sand it, and then we've got all the tools down there. We've taken the windscreens off, the speedos, all that brass fitting, all those stainless fittings, all in there. They're all off front. The ones that are on there now are just being really stubborn, so we've got to get those off. We've sanded the whole boat in 80 and 120 grit, and so yeah, it's ready for paint pretty much. The skeg's off the motor, it's over there. I've just fixed that. Next steps, we've got to fix that starter motor, and then we've got to fix the terminals. Where are the terminals? They are there. Terminals over there, they're a bit stuffed, so we need to fix those. We're going to rewire them and recrimp them, and then try and start that. And then we're going to rewire all that, get the engine serviced, clean the carbies, give the engine a paint, and then paint the outside, get the trailer registered, and that's about it really. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Woo. Alright, motor works. She runs. So loud, but we don't have the lower unit off, that's why. But we got to run a motor now, so that's really good. Starts really reliably now. Look at this.